All right, y'all, welcome back to the Get Money Roadmap through short-term rentals. I'm your girl, Venetia Brown, your short-term rental plug. So in this module, we're going to be talking about acquisitions and actually knowing your market. That's the most important piece. If you don't know your market, you leave yourself open to lose money. So let's start with arbitrage, right? So first things first. What's the rent? Well, what's the rent for what? Are you paying rent for a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom, whatever it is? It's imperative. Like when I say imperative, I mean very, very important to understand what the market is asking for. Everybody thinks that just because you go the bigger the house, the more you sleep, or you know what I mean, the more you get paid. That's so false. There's a tool that I use in my Pro series that I teach you how to actually find the data, but we'll break it down quickly here. So let's say this particular area that you're interested in says people are making $65,000 a year, right? But are they making it on a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom or a 1-bedroom? The 3-bedroom is making $20,000 a year. But that 2-bedroom is making $65,000 a year. But Venetia, the 3-bedroom sleeps more people. I can charge more. No one wants it. So you have to pay attention to the data. People are looking for 2 bedrooms. That's where the money is. So then once you figure out where the money is and what people want, now you need to go and figure out what is the average rental price in that area, right? So yeah, you want this place and this apartment is so nice, it's bossed out, but it's $5,000 a month. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even go with your numbers. It's $5,000 a month, but it's saying 2 bedrooms are only making $65,000 a year. You already blew your budget. You already done. So it's important. You have to know your data, know what people want. Okay, that's first. Now your utilities. Your utilities need to be in your business name. We're going to go back to this again. Not your personal name. It needs to be in your business name. Not only, obviously, because it's a business, but secondly, it helps you gain business credit. And the Getting Money STR Pro, which I talk about and break down how you actually can tie these things into your business credit where they will report and show that you have utilities and you pay rents and things like that to help you gain business credit and ultimately get funding. That's another reason, obviously. Then we're going to talk about the area and the bedrooms. I know everybody loves the downtown in their city, or this is the area that we think is popping because everybody over there and whatever it is. Do your research. Know where people want to be. This is not about you. It's not about what you think people want. Go look at the data. The people are telling you what they want. I'm going to say this again. The people will tell you what they want based on you looking at the data and seeing where money is being made. This is not about where you think the most poppin' place is. So as you're looking up the data, you can go on Airbnb, VRBO, Bookit.com. You can go on these platforms and kind of play around and see where bookings are being taken up at, where their calendar is open, where their calendar is full. Maybe there's, a baseball stadium in the area or a football game that's always going on. That's how you kind of hone in on those things and know where to go, where people are going to follow. Don't just go based off of what you think. Then you want to make sure you're tuned into the amenities. What else do you have to offer other than a nice plush bed and a dope couch and a TV? What else you got to offer? Do you have a pool? Are you having a nice, cute welcome basket for your guests? Do you have a concierge service? Are you partnered with local vendors in the area where maybe every guest that comes, they get maybe 10 or 15% off the local barbecue place up the street because you went and talked to them and said, hey, I have an Airbnb or short-term rental business right down the street. Let's partner, and for every client that I send you, you give them 15% off. This way, now you've added value to your guests. You've given them a recommendation of where to go and eat at, and not to mention you gave them a discount. Who don't like discounts? I don't know about you, but I love a good discount. I don't care whether it's 10% or 15% or 20%. I love a discount. I love to save. So when we're talking from co-hosting standpoint. Now remember, when we're co-hosting, they're footing the bill on the furniture. They're the ones that are taking on, majority of the expenses, and you're kind of coming in and you're helping in on the management side. That's typically why people co-host. It's more so for management purposes. Now, how I would suggest is either you split those management fees, meaning all of the onboarding and the subscriptions that you use, split those costs, or, pass them off to them. I would say pass them off to them first, and then if they're not with it, then say, okay, we'll split it. That's how you kind of keep a little bit more money in your pocket. Then you want to discuss your involvement, right? You want to have a conversation with this person that you're going to be a partner with. That's ultimately a partner. What's your involvement? What are you going to be doing? Are you guest relations? Are you just answering the guest messages? Are you the one are you just searching up the data? Are you the person that is fully going to take control over the occupants? Have that conversation. Be very, very transparent, because when no one knows their role and everybody's just like, oh, well, I thought you did it. Well, I thought you did it. Nothing gets done. And ultimately, you didn't make any money. So now you just wasted a bunch of time. So have that conversation, beforehand. And just like I said previously with the arbitrage, the areas in your bedrooms, knowing your data, knowing where people want to be. Don't go run and get no big old bossed out townhouse with 5 bedrooms because you think it's dope, but nobody in that area is requesting a 5-bedroom. 1-bedrooms are making, 6 figures a year, and you went and got a 5-bedroom, and now you only making $40,000 a year. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I told you to look at the data. So when you look at the data, you'll ultimately know people want 1-bedrooms, 2-bedrooms, 3-bedrooms, or whatever it is. So co-hosting and your payouts is going to be very different than it would be with arbitrage, right? So of course, arbitrage, all the money comes to you. You send the money. You don't have to worry about anything. Now, co-hosting, who's going to get the money? Who account does it go to? Does it go to someone's account? Or are you having a joint business with them? Those are the conversations that you got to have so that this way you are set up properly. And once again, your CPA can take care of the books. We know where the money is going. Your payouts can work the same way with PayPal. Like I said, sending the money to PayPal, it'll offer you a line of credit. That's up to you and your co-host to decide who account is going to go to. Or maybe, if you are on one platform and on another one, maybe one can take one and you can take the other one. It doesn't matter. You can figure it out. So now we're going to talk about purchase pricing, right? So say you want to buy the property specifically to run this short-term rental game. This goes back to your ROI. You're going to take the cost, that price of the house, right? And you're going to say, all right, I'm going to look at my data. I'm going to see this house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. In this area, it does very, very well. It does, let's say, $115,000 a year, right? You're going to take that $115,000 and you're going to divide it by the cost of the house, multiply it by 100. That's your rate of return. My rule of thumb, I typically like to say 20% as your ROI is you're making really good money. So if you're 15, 16, or 17%, it's not terrible. I'm not saying you have to have, 20%, but it's just kind of dependent on where you fall in the market. This all goes back to knowing your avatar again. Are you in the luxury space? Are you so? Then you're able to know. If it's saying you're only going to make 16% as your rate of return, but you got a really good product and you're in the luxury space, 20%, it's obtainable. You're good. But if you went and threw some stuff together, don't expect to get 20%, as a rate of return if the data is only telling you that you're only going to get 12. Don't push it. Don't be an overachiever. Payouts. It's the same thing. If you own the property, make sure you own the property in one LLC and you are running your short-term rental business in another LLC, you are renting from yourself ultimately. All right, let me rewind that, right? That was confusing, right? Entity A, you own the property, right? Now you want to run the short-term rental game. You have another entity. You're going to create a lease with your entities renting to each other. The payouts are going to go from Airbnb, VRBO, or wherever it's coming from, or direct bookings. It's going to go to PayPal. PayPal is then going to pay out to entity B, which is the rental portion, the rental entity. And then they're going to pay rent to the owner, which is still you. But this now creates income for both businesses. Well, how does it do that? Listen, I just said it. It's the same money. PayPal's going to send you, let's just throw a number, right? PayPal's going to send you $10,000 as a payout for the month from your short-term rentals and, what other platforms it came in. You're going to take that money and deposit it into entity B, which is your rental. Now you still have to pay rent to entity 1. So now when you want to go for funding or things like that, they're going to say, what does the business bring in monthly? Let me see your deposits. That same $10,000 has now touched 3 accounts. PayPal, the rental entity, and the entity that you own. Don't say I didn't give you any game. Honestly, most people pay for that game. And that is in the paid course. But I just dropped some jewels on you. And I don't think y'all really understand. Like, I'm really giving y'all the game out here. Like, I'm giving you gems. In the paid course, I would literally teach you how to structure all this, set you up, and make sure you're set up for success and you're protected. A straight step-by-step guide, all right? So let's just run through and recap what we went over, because I know it was a lot. We talked about whether you arbitrage, you're going to co-host, or you're going to purchase. Arbitraging and co-hosting and purchasing is very similar when you're looking at the data to see what you are actually looking for, whether, how many bedrooms, the area, and where the money is coming from. Those are all very similar. The difference come in when you start talking about whether you're going to purchase, because now you're putting down some real money. So that's why it's so imperative that you know your numbers. You're putting down some money. You don't get to go hang it up and be like, okay, I quit. I don't want to do this no more. I'm ready to end my lease. No, you own that property. So if you're going to own it right. All right? Again, I'm Venetia Brown, your short-term rental plug. You can find me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn as Venetia Brown. Click the link in my bio. You can check out my book, and I'll see you in the next module.